Hey, this is James.
And Matt Conant.
We both just saw Super 8, and we're going to talk about it very candidly. We just got done seeing it. We're totally fresh. It's a midnight show. A little tired, which is good because tiredness brings honesty.
Yeah.
Got a few notes down. I guess the first thing I wanted to say about Super 8, it's really cool that it's a totally original movie.
Yeah, it's nice to see something that isn't a sequel or a remake or sequel to something based on a ride or anything like that.
Yeah, some kind of adaptation.
Yeah, adaptations.
Yeah. We're totally spoiler-free. We're not going to spoil anything for you. We're going to let you see the movie for yourself. So this is totally safe. But we want to describe it. So how would we describe, what kind of genre would you call this movie?
I don't know. It was a tough one because I went, all I had seen is a couple of trailers of it, and I was trying to stay away from the internet for the most part, ruining the movie for me. So
yeah, I didn't know anything about it before seeing it, really.
Yeah, so I kind of went into it thinking it would be more of a thriller, like a sort of spy movie or something. Not quite, but the fact that
so
the
like
kids,
a mystery that unfolds.
Yeah, like a mystery because you get the story that the kids are filmmakers and that they've captured something weird on camera and nobody knows what it is and they're the only ones with this footage. So I thought it would be about that aspect of the movie, and it was really more of an action movie than I expected it to be.
Yeah, maybe not so much action, but it was really, believe it or not, it was really kind of like a B movie. Like I'm not going to specifically say what it is, but it's just like
and the good kind of B movie. Though,
yeah, the good kind. Like it takes like old ideas. It's not original in that sense. So I guess I should explain that. It's definitely not like a totally original concept. It's a pretty like straightforward plot, but it's done very well.
Yeah, I would say it's a cool update to a genre that can frequently be done poorly, and I think in this case they did it pretty well.
We could say it is kind of like from different movies. It's kind of like The Goonies. It's kind of like Cloverfield. It's kind of like
it's got some E.T. and some Close Encounters in there. But yeah, I was surprised at the amount of Cloverfield vibe that the movie had throughout it.
It did, and definitely improved on it too. So I think that's always great to see a director's movies keep getting better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion, I think it was his best, but it also was, it's a personal choice, and I kind of relate to the film a little bit because it's about making movies,
Yeah, I have that sort of background too. I wasn't making movies as early as you were, but I definitely could relate to the kids making a terrible movie within the movie where they're, clearly a 14-year-old playing a reporter or investigative journalist.
Just use who you got. Use
whoever's around, use your friends. My friends can attest to the fact that in high school I made a film where I was an FBI agent. My best friend at the time was an NSA agent. We were hunting aliens, and there, everyone in the movie, like the head of the FBI, was also 15 years old. Like it's just what you do when you're a kid. So. And
actually going off on that topic, I do want to say the kid actors are great in the movie.
Yeah, really, truly impressive. It's an interesting. There is a scene in the movie where like all of the kids are sort of enraptured by one of the kids' performance in their movie, and like at the same time, you as an audience member are also like, yeah, the kid's pretty good.
Yeah,
she really knows what she's doing. So but all of them were really pretty impressive. It's easy for like a bad kid actor to kind of ruin a movie.
Yeah,
not in this case.
Yeah, and going with the making movies aspect of it, it was very true to like how we used to do things. Like there was a part in the movie when we've all seen the trailer when the train crashes, so everybody knows there's a train crash in the movie. And in the scene when the kids are filming their movie, they get really excited when a train comes because that's going to add some production value to their movie. So, start filming, the train's coming. Even though they're filming at a train station, I don't know why it's surprising that a train comes.
Well, you never know. But, they're probably not studying the schedule of the train station and knowing exactly when it's going to come.
They don't know when it's going to come again or anything. But they get really excited and. Well, it is interesting to note one of the first things that was ever filmed was a train.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever the case, they get excited about this, and like I always like thought about that. Like when I was a kid, I used to do the same thing. I used to go like near railroad tracks and wait for trains to come and get it just to get a shot of it in the background.
Yeah, it was always like a dual conflict though, because you wanted the cool looking stuff in the background, but you also had the sound to worry about. So like the idea of shooting a train station with the train blowing by, you're like, just talk really loud, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it totally changed the performance the second
like
time, you know. The production design I loved. That, you know, the kids' rooms looked so cool, and there's always like, you look in the background, you see like posters and like little like Star Wars figures, and like, you know, it took place in like, like 79, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think it was 79. And they do
My
give a
Sharona.
lot of kind of indicators in terms of music. There's probably 4 songs from 1978, 79 era, like right in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, they do a lot of that. 1978, it was Halloween, and what was the other movie? Dawn of the Dead. They had those 2 posters, and like it just had a really cool look to the rooms and everything.
Yeah, some Star Wars stuff in the background. So
And model kits and everything.
yeah.
Now, there's probably some good drinking games you could play with this movie. You know, I mean, even though nobody's going to be drinking in a movie theater, you know. Well, you know, it could be done, but you know,
not that we.
But there are 2 things that happen a lot. You could do this drinking game with your Pepsi. Drink every time a kid says shit.
Yeah.
Coming from a guy who says shit a lot, they say shit all the time.
That's true. It was at one point I wondered, like, this isn't rated R, right? But I think you're allowed to say shit as much as you want in PG-13 movies. It's
even
the F
like,
word puts it over the edge, I think. A couple of the... I think it's two fucks in a movie and it becomes rated R.
Yeah, we'd have to do some investigation. I don't even know if there is much consistency in the PAA ratings, but, you know... And also, drink every time there is a loud, abrasive noise of some kind, because it was just one of those, just all the time. It was just loud, like
crashings, explosions, things going on. I don't want to give anything away, but there is a recurring theme in J.J. Abrams' projects as well that comes back in this one. So,
yeah. Well, anything else you'd like to say about it? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Definitely, I would say thumbs up. I was pleasantly surprised. It's been a while since I've seen a movie that actually took some twists and turns that surprised me throughout. So,
and it definitely toward the end, you know, when it started gaining momentum, it got very exciting. So it was probably the most thrilling movie I've seen in a while. So. It's really good. It's a very charming movie. The kids are great, like I said.
Yeah, all the acting's good. The design's good. It's everything you'd expect from J.J. Abrams and Steven Spielberg. So they kind of know what they're doing. So not perfect, but pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I say see it. And there's only one more thing we got to talk about, though.
What's that?
One of the trailers we saw.
Oh, yeah.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots, the movie.
That is what it seemed like.
It's called Real Steel,
I believe. Yeah.
I did not expect that.
It was one of the most baffling trailers I've ever seen. I've never heard of this movie, and you see this thing, and there's Hugh Jackman's in it, and then it looks like a touching story about him and his son, and then suddenly there's like a robot being pulled out of a dumpster, and then there's robots fighting each other in like a ring. And it's like, I guess it's a touching, heartwarming story about robots punching each other. It's the strangest thing. Yeah,
like robots fighting each other is a lot of fun, you know, but it definitely looks like it's taking itself very seriously. The human drama part of it.
Yeah, exactly. I would have expected like kind of a comedy or a quirky, like weird, or like an action movie that totally doesn't take itself seriously, but it's like it's like up for an Oscar, you know? It's like going for that heart tugging.
And the robots
strange.
just look, you know, I mean, not to keep ragging on CG, but it's just like you could see the robots are just like, they just look so animated and like CG. It's like, how hard would it be to like get something that's like a costume and with animatronic parts and like actually like film something? It would look so much better.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that took a lot of the seriousness of it out of it for me, was that I could tell that these robots are like not robots.
Yeah,
that,
if it had been like a robot like Johnny Five from Short Circuit or something that they're trying to make into some kind of boxing champion, I guess I could see that being potentially a movie I'd want to see. But like some CG robot like with no emotion look to him, didn't really do it for me. It kind of was ridiculous.
And they just move like humans. They just look like humans, like punching,
Yeah, a guy in a green screen suit punching, and then they put a robot over him, and you got a movie with Hugh Jackman. Yeah. So look forward to that one.
So there's a bonus review for you, the trailer. Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
The
or
movie.
Real Steel.
That's
All right. See Super 8.